Here's a little bit of an intro, a little bit of a backstory. For the month of December, I'm going to be answering your questions in about the time it takes me to drink a beer. So feel free to join along. Ask me a question down below in the comments. I'll drink a beer. I'll answer your questions. Get ready. Hey yo, this is Dash, and I have another beer, and I'm going to answer a couple questions. All right, so today's, oh, wait a minute. We got to do this, start this right. Cheers. Man. Woo. All right, so today's question comes from my man Bumpy. Bumpy lives on the other side of town. Bumpy, I don't know how Bumpy and I have not bumped into each other, but that's been kind of the running joke for the past, like, 3 years he's been watching my channel. Anyway, what up, Bumpy? I appreciate you watching. Thank you for asking a question. Well, a couple questions. Anyway, Bumpy's question is as follows. He says, ask Dash question. You mentioned your garage setup in this live video. Did you start barbecue at this home? And if you didn't have your garages, would you have started a barbecue business? So here's the thing. And this answer is going to probably surprise you. My wife enabled me to start doing barbecue. My wife technically purchased my first smoker when my wife was pregnant with my daughter, taste tester number 3. And to help give you some sort of context and time frame, taste tester number 3 just turned 10. I don't know why. Taste tester number 3 just turned 10. But while she was pregnant with taste tester number 3, she could not stand the smell of smoke. Nope, couldn't stand the smell of smoke. With that being said, I was banished to the garage. She told me, she said, well, she asked me nicely, politely, to move the smokers and the smoke away from the side of the house. So the side of the house is where the majority of my smokers reside now. The garages, well, the side of the house is where a lot of the cookers that I cook for my family reside. We have the Ugly Drum number 1, Charlotte. We have Tracy Traeger, and we have Sammy the Big Green Egg. But the bigger smokers, like Bernadette behind me, who is so lovely, graciously allowing me to use her as a backdrop, Vicky, my vertical smoker, and Bessie, the kick-ass smoker, all reside in the garages. 1, because they take up a lot of room. 2, because inside of the garages, I am protected from the wind and the weather. That's another big thing. The elements can wreak havoc on your cooks. So me having the bigger cookers in the garages was kind of a byproduct of the fact that I had to move my smokers, the Ugly Drum smoker and that Brinkman smoker, into the garage to cook because my wife couldn't stand the smell of smoke. Even now, during the summer, if I'm cooking overnight or I have to start, she wakes up and she'll tell me she has a headache or indigestion from the smell of the smoke at times. So it's one of those things where I've migrated some of the bigger cooks. I've migrated the majority of my cooking down to the garage when I'm cooking for other people. Now, if I'm cooking for myself, for my family, I tend to cook closer to the house or on the side of the house because I usually end up doing that during the day. But when I'm cooking in the middle of the night for bigger cooks, for bigger, events, if you will, I end up cooking in the garage because I have to start them later or earlier, technically. And those cooks are much bigger, which means they last a lot longer. And the smoke smell is just, it drives her nuts at times. Also, the other thing, have you seen some of my cookers that are in the garage? They're much bigger. I'm able to cook much more food on those cookers, on these cookers. And that's another reason why I've kind of migrated to the garage. It really just happened that way. It was not like I'm going to start a business and put my smokers in the garage so I can No, man, it didn't. That was not the intention. It just really was like, I want to get out of the rain. I need to get out of the wind. I want a place to secure my smokers without me having to lock them down and tie them down. In case you have not seen, I have a video of me locking down some of my grills and cookers on the side of the house to make sure no one took them. I do live in Baltimore City, and people stealing grills and cookers, it is a thing. With that being said, I really wanted to make sure that my smokers, my big smokers, were secure. So that's another reason why I have them in the garage. Yeah, I won't say still, no one can take them because I've had things stolen from me, and I just, it grinds my gears. But, so that's why I've moved and have a lot of my bigger cookers in the garage. And it wasn't because I sought out to start a barbecue business. It really was just a thing of convenience and the fact that I had the space in this house. If I were somewhere else, I might not have got into barbecue as deep as I am. And I might not have started a business or gotten a business. Prior to this house, this is our first house. So prior to this, we lived in an apartment, and there was no grilling, no cooking out or anything like that. So I don't know how I would have. I don't know what would have happened if I was not in this particular house and did not have these particular garages with all of this space. I have no idea. None. All right, so I have another question from Bumpy. Since Bumpy asked a couple good questions, I'm going to go and I'm going to find Bumpy's latest or his, yeah, there it is. He asked another good question, and I remembered. Okay, so my man Bumpy says, not sure if you answered this or have a video about it. He said, I feel like you do. And oh my gosh, in case you're new here, I've been on YouTube for quite a while, and I talk about a plethora of different things, not always barbecue. So if you think you have a question for me or want to look something up, I could have possibly done a video on it. So he goes on to say, what are a couple basic tips to have a good YouTube content? Or I guess he means to say to have good YouTube content. Personality, I want to know about thumbnails, maybe doing other content not barbecue related. He says thanks, and yes, ahead of time is the way. Oh, so he was replying to the video that went out actually today, the day that I'm filming. He's talking about cooking ahead of time, and someone asked a question, and actually, if you haven't seen it, you can check out that video. Thanks, Bumpy, for the ability to plug another video. But anyway, all right, so basically, what I'm getting from this is he wants a couple basic tips. So, basic tip number one, be genuine. I don't know, I feel like I'm talking to a friend of mine. Bumpy, right now I'm answering your question, but there's probably someone else that could have had or has a similar question about how to start a YouTube channel, how to be successful on YouTube. Now, there are 1,000,001 people who put out and make content about how to be a YouTuber. I'm not going to do that. I talk primarily about barbecue and the business of barbecue. But am I a YouTuber? Yes. Do I have subject matter expertise on this? Yes. I've been on YouTube for quite a while. I've been cranking out videos on YouTube for quite a while. I've done the grind where I put out 2 videos a week, a live stream, and I did that for like 1.5 years, 2 years, maybe even more straight. Have I gone through YouTuber burnout? Yes. Have I figured out that YouTube is changing and that I need to change? Yes. So the whole thing is this, Bumpy, it's one of those things where you kind of have to know that you're going to have to put in more work than you see reward for in the beginning. There's no other way no other way of me explaining that. And here's the thing. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, but you are going to have to hit that wall and push through that wall to make it on YouTube. It's hard. It is hard. I wish I could tell you that, oh, it's going to be easy. Bumpy, I don't have a face for YouTube, okay? I know better. If you can read between those lines, I'm not a pretty face, all right? But what I lack in the fact that I'm not a pretty face, I have decent information. You know why I have decent information? Because I've done it. I am a practitioner. I can be, every now and again, we all need some motivation. We all need some inspiration. We all need that confidence boost. I can be your confidence boost. I can be your Huckleberry too. All right? But I mean, in all jokes aside, sometimes it really is just a matter of sticking with it. And you have to have that stick, like there's a stick to it, to-iveness. I don't know how else to say that, and I'm not going to tell you how many beers in I am right now. But there is a stick to it, to-iveness that you have to get to and past in order to succeed on YouTube in the current day. It used to be a lot easier to do things on YouTube. It really did. But those days are long gone. In order to stick out and to really, really, really excel on YouTube now, you got to jump through some hoops and you have to have the biggest production budget available. It's crazy. I have been on YouTube for a very, very long time, and the one thing that you notice or you will notice if you go back to one of my first videos or a early video, I'm the same. I have not changed. The production quality has changed, and I cringe looking at some of my old videos. And there are some of you guys who go back and insist on watching some of my older videos. Oh my gosh. I wish that I could take them down, but I know that I can't because people still watch them. Those videos are horrible. But you know what? I learned. And everyone on YouTube has to learn. You have to pay your dues. Ask me how I know. I need a t-shirt or a shirt that says, ask me how I know. Like, seriously, maybe that'll be a new sticker, all right? Because, oh my God, I say it all the time, but it's so true. There are times when there's no other way for me to tell you that I know how to do something other than the fact that I've made that mistake. And I want to help you, maybe not you, not make the same mistake that I've made. So, but personality helps, Bumpy. It's one of those things where I got better over time being on camera. You have to be comfortable on camera. And I know this has been a long-winded video, but there is no way to tell someone how to do this other than practice. I am very well practiced at filming videos on YouTube. I am very well practiced at talking to a camera. I am very well practiced at editing videos. I'm very well practiced at not saying and ah. Do I still say and ah? Hell yeah, I do. But you know what? Remember the last one? Very well practiced at editing videos? I take all of that out. So I present the most polished video possible. And there's some of you guys who like my videos. Obviously, there's some of you guys who don't, because I still get dislikes. But that is neither here nor there. Bumpy, I say all of that to say it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You got to practice. You got to just stick with it. If you want to produce YouTube videos, then produce YouTube videos. If you want to produce YouTube videos doing barbecue, produce YouTube videos doing barbecue. If you want to produce YouTube videos talking in front of a smoker, answering questions to your YouTube subscriber comments, then do that. There are people who hate when I do the Ask Dask series. And the talking head, you're not cooking anything, I'm not watching any of that video. Guess what? I know. These videos are not for everybody. But you know who these videos are for? They're for that person that has a question that doesn't know how to ask. So I'm going to give you a venue, a means to ask your question down below in the comments. And if I have the ability to, I'm going to answer your question down in the comments, or I'm going to film a video just for you. All right? Long-winded way to say, all right, and full circle. Seriously, Bumpy, it's one of those things, man. I can't tell you how to do this. You have to figure it out yourself. You have to. And you're not the only one, and this is for you, Victor. Victor keeps saying, I'm going to start. He's a year behind. Victor, get off your ass and get it started. I'm talking to you directly right now, Victor. Get off your ass and get it started. You know why? Because there's no excuse not to. If not now, then when? If not now, then when? All right? I'm stepping off my soapbox. I'm stepping off my high horse, and I don't know. That was a little bit preachy, but I mean, seriously, I know the two of you, Bumpy, you've put out some videos. You've done it, so you know what it's about. You gotta stick with it. Victor, get started. Get started. Get started. All right. Thank you guys so very much, as always, for watching. And you know what? If you hear that message to Bumpy and to Victor and want to get started as well, do it. Do it. No one is stopping you. But here's the thing. It's not going to be easy. It is easier to start a barbecue business than it is to start a barbecue business YouTube channel. Ask me how I know. All right. We need to ask me how I know counter. How about that? Like I know this one was long and rambly, and I really, if you're still here to the end of this video, like, I just want to say thank you. Like, seriously, I really hope that you are not like sitting in front of your TV or on your phone just like watching, doing nothing else. Hopefully you have me playing off in the background and you're accomplishing something else. And if you are not, I would advise you in the future to sit me off to the side, let me talk, let me ramble as I do from time to time, and you guys just listen while you're doing something else. That is how I watch a lot of YouTube videos. It's on in the background. So if you have the opportunity to do the same for me or in my videos or with my videos, I highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm getting off my high horse, off my soapbox, and almost forgot. Just want to say thank you. You too. Thank you. Seriously. For watching this video, for getting to this point, and thank you for joining me on my journey in the 2021 Ask Dash series. Again, just a reminder, if you have not already asked me a question, ask me your question down below in the comments. Hopefully I can get it answered in a timely fashion. And I just want to say thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, hitting that thumbs up button, sharing this and these videos, especially this one, to anyone who you know needs some motivation to start their own YouTube channel or their own barbecue business. Same rules apply. If not now, then when? And I want to just say thank you again, as always, for watching. I'll see you, you guys see me next time.
More butter, baby.